Ready for the second half with Jim Valvano. I'm Brent Musburger at the Cameron Indoor Arena. Duke, Carolina tied, and here are some of the numbers, Jimmy.
That's why it's tied. I mean, the field goal percentage is close. The free throws are close. Certainly the three-pointers favor the Dukies, but it's been a terrific first half of basketball. And I'll tell you, there's something that happens when you come to Duke that makes dignified people all act like Dick Vitale. I mean, here's a guy who's got such class and dignity. Look at him. He'll be taking free throws next.
They much preferred that you do that. Since you wouldn't go over there.
That's great.
I took a ride with the Duke suit body.
Yeah, you also aren't you $50 late too? Didn't you say
Yeah,
drop out of your
pockets
pockets?
were they? So there's a comparison to the big men, Salvadori with 3 fouls, and how about the performance by Laettner?
Well, you pointed out, Brent, he was scoreless with 6:38 to play. Coach Smith got a tee, and all of a sudden, Laettner made the free throw, scored on the inbounds, was off and running, and had 18 points. Ooh.
Contrast that with Bobby Hurley.
Now, Hurley had 11 points in the first 7.5, and then Laettner took over. And there's the Phelps-Hurley matchup, although the points that Hurley has, you see 11-0. Hurley did get a couple of threes against the zone, but against man-to-man, it's a very interesting matchup. The offense of Hurley, the penetrating ability against the great ball pressure of Phelps.
So set to go, the final half. Christian Laettner and Ryan Davis here in Cameron. There's a third senior we haven't seen in this game. He's a walk-on guard, Ron Burt. He probably will see a few seconds at least at the end of this game.
If you're a fan, you're really sorry to see Laettner go. If an opposing coach is saying, he's been here 8 years, I think.
Bobby Hurley, Duke's first possession to start the second half.
Set play.
Pushing inside away from the ball against Carolina. And that's the second foul line.
Why that's a great play, Brendan. Duke used to love to run is a double screen on the baseline. You think is going to be for the normal type jump shooter, Thomas Hill. And then Laettner sneaks out the backside and he hits a shot. And that was called, obviously, at halftime. Laettner hit that same shot against UCLA last week. Three-pointer that really led the Blue Devils getting the double.
Beautiful pass by Hurley.
All right, if you're Dean Smith, you're going on the road, you're at Duke, first 5 minutes, second half, you want to control. Make sure that at the TV timeout, at the 16-minute mark, that's why he went to this. That's why he's spreading the court. Doesn't want to see a run early by Duke.
Lang's field goal gives Duke a 2-point lead.
Good decision by the coaching staff. Say, hey, we're not going to let him come out all fired up. Run off 8 straight points, timeout, place going crazy. But you got to score.
Phelps hasn't scored yet. Reese gets it. Hits Davis. He scored 22. Make it 25.
They stopped the initial play, and then because you don't get the rebound, you wind up with a 3-9. See, they've got Montross on Lang as opposed to
Locked away.
Lynch on Laettner.
Lynch coming out of his hand guarding Laettner, and he's called for the personal. So Lynch picks up 2 quick ones here in the second half, 3 for the game.
Foul was on number 34, George Lynch. His third personal foul, second team foul.
Here's that drive. As you say, that man hasn't scored, but keeping the ball alive gets it to this man, who seems to score most of the time.
Salvadori replaces Lynch, and like Lynch, Salvadori saddled with 3 fouls.
And, most open guy. Ball in bounds.
Short that time, taken away beautifully by Lang underneath. Couldn't come up, a lot of contact, no whistles. Hurley. That was out. Here's Thomas Hill.
Excellent work on the board.
Phelps gliding in, and he's on the board, and with that field field goal, his first of the game. Carolina goes up 1.
Certainly the Heels have responded to the opening 5 minutes in the second half.
Hill again.
So many weapons. Talk about Hurley beginning of the game, then Laettner at the end of the half, and now Hill coming in.
And a turnover. And behind his back to Hill. And Phelps, great defensive player, sticks with him. Hurley tries to take it away. On the floor, loose. And it's Carolina. Phelps short. Back into the hands of Phelps. Tries to whip it down. Lynch bangs it in. So both Lynch. I made a mistake a short time ago. I thought they'd taken Lynch out of the game. They had not. They have left Lynch on the floor with Salvadori.
Sure, Dean Smith really can't afford that matchup problem he had in the first half.
Laettner is forced out.
Ooh.
Are they going to call a personal on this?
You have to. See, there's no such thing as a force out. So if you blow that whistle, in the old NBA, you just have that force out call. It's no foul when you retain possession. But now that's foul number 4.
You know what? He did body him.
So the refs did a good job. Say it. Say it.
I apologize. Refs were right on that.
There you go.
That's the 4th personal of the game for Lynch, and he'll say. Wide open Thomas Hill. Short on the shot. Laettner can't get control. Hill does. Grant Hill to save, but into the hands of Reese. Reese looking for the shot, and Hurley fouls it.
Part, I think, of the calls coming so quickly is game 1 this year in Chapel Hill was absolutely brutal. So physical, as you see, a little body by Hurley. They made the call, but the game, I mean, it was bloodshed. Recall that game. It was
Montrose was bleeding.
Oh my goodness, it was just tough and physical. So refs, I'm sure, want to make sure they control that.
Phelps hits the score, and Davis with another 3. That's 28.
Think about that. There's the guy Phelps. I mean, has made a basket all day. You go after him, and he throws that pass. You give the one guy who has missed one. Up the zone.
Carolina builds a 4-point lead.
I guess we'll see a 3. From Hurley. We're predictable.
And it's 14 for Bobby Hurley.
What do I know? I'm just up here.
He's his own buster, isn't he?
I've said it before. You're going to play.
Words are being exchanged right now between Salvadori and Davis, and now the Carolina coaching staff is outraged. Dean Smith is out saying a technical should have been called. We've got a timeout.
From this day on, every Domino's pizza will be better than ever.
Tender, tastier crust.
Every fresh-made Domino's pizza better than ever, now and forever.
Tastier crust.
Try a medium with unlimited toppings, now just $9.99.
It's one of the most technologically advanced, most rigorously tested fluids on Earth, relentlessly measured for maximum protection against the friction, the wear and tear, the heat and stress of today's engines. It is today's Quaker State.
Over here and talk to me about this problem. Meanwhile, Hubert Davis is carrying the load, 28 points for Smith, and he's hit 5 of 6 from three-point land. Carolina up a point.
How come the assistants weren't sweating like that? You ever noticed that? I mean, they was like they thought they were up in Buffalo somewhere.
Hurley gambles on the steal. Phelps keeps control. Cut off by Thomas Hill. This is Reese. Off Salvadori's hands, Duke ball. check that scoreboard. Right now, Villanova going into Syracuse and winning it by 20. Someone explain the Big East to me.
And what do you do with Villanova? An NCAA team, they've lost so many games.
Murray State to the tournament. Purdue a winner today in the Big Ten. Here it's Hurley through, and Duke leads it.
Just a great north-south player, gets by people, hits it from the outside, can drive, and just a terrific point guard. Pressure the ball, make him pick up his dribble.
Montrose deep. That's his third shot of the game, and he followed it up with a little exclamation point. 7 points for the game. The lineup one now. We'll go seesawing down in the second half.
Zone.
Beautiful pass. Up over Montrose, and he put a saddle on him.
There's nothing intentional there. Everybody calm down. He dunked it, and he wound up riding Montrose. There was that. Look at this. He comes in, Brett. Boom. Now, then he just saddled him up. One step. Bam. Play a little Roy Rogers.
Yeah, but Montrose was having none of being triggered. 59-58 Duke, 14-52. Hill out on Sullivan as the officials trying to clamp down, and that's his third.
Maybe who's left who wins this with the foul situation?
Lodel checks in for Carolina.
He's got 3 fouls.
Chorus of boos serenading Eric Montross as he sits.
Versatility of Laettner. He guarded Roll on the perimeter.
Knocked away by Laettner and out of bounds.
I'm saying very little he can't do out there. Guards a smaller player, he guards inside, shooting outside.
That's not the beginning of a mustache Christian Laettner is wearing. He obviously took an elbow or something in that facial area. That's a bruise on that leg. The three by Hubert Davis. Wow, 31 for the game.
Holy cow, Hubert.
Defense on him. You do anything, Jimmy?
I do that, but again, it's what you have in your bag of tricks. That's not what Mike does, and we'll do it. They play straight man, and we'll have to. Somebody's got to reach down and guard it.
Into the hands of Rowe.
He's free. He was free for a second. So that's Grant Hill's job. The team defense got to help.
Beautiful pass. And Sullivan couldn't hit the layup. Davis drew the defense, got the ball in his hands at the right place, and he couldn't cash in. Big miss. Now Laettner to Hurley. And into the hands of Salvador. No open man, no defense. Roll for 2.
Well, fatigue might want to call timeout. Yes, he does.
Carolina builds a 4-point lead, and the way this one's going, that's huge right now, folks. We'll come right back.
At BASF, we don't make the house, we make it warmer. We don't make the suit, we make it racier. We don't make the meal, we make it healthier. We don't make the music, we make it clearer. At BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy. We make a lot of the products you buy better.
Was he wasn't yet in game shape.
And he seems to have a cramp there. It's obvious they're not looking at the ankles. That makes the Dukies feel good, but still, you know, you can cramp up the heat and not in the best game shape.
5 assists, 16 points for Coach K's point guard. There have been 7 lead changes in this half. Right now, Carolina has built a 4-point advantage, 63-59. I'll tell you, Christian Laettner must be waiting for Dean Smith to get another technical.
No points again. He's waiting for his 6:38 mark before he cranks up. After timeout, like to go with the set play. When you want a bucket, let's see what Duke does. And Carolina counters with the zone. Zone will kill you. Just kills you. That time Hurley's not even in the game. And he's still late hits the tip. That's why I do prefer trick defense. Let somebody else hit a three.
Well, Williams is on the floor now for Carolina. A young man seeing some action here in Cameron. This is not a really high-scoring 5 for Carolina. They're going to be looking for point men here pretty soon. Rowland muscles in and misses a shot. Laettner's got the rebound, and as he comes out, he's fouled by Sullivan.
Obviously, coach is worried about the heat and the fatigue factor. Because Dean's trying to get some quality minutes out of a couple other guys and then go to his bench.
Number 3, Pat Sullivan.
He's going to send Salvadori back into the game and sit Montross. Salvadori 3 personals, Montross 1.
And the Heels are up 4. And the timeout was called. If Duke scores here in just 2 possessions, they will have regained the lead.
Davis has been fairly quiet for Duke today. Thomas Hill. Sullivan.
See 2 3-point shooters in there now for Duke. Thomas Hill and Laettner. Guard that.
What about Carolina shooters?
Well, right now he's the only one right there. If he doesn't score,
It's going to be tough for this group.
they're not going to score. If he doesn't score, they're not going to get any points.
Davis has to give it up. Thomas Hill with a nice fake.
Look for Dean to go to his bench quickly. He just lost the lead. Now his play is to go inside. Here's the call to get the ball inside to Salvador in a lob pass. They clear out the side. There's the call. I saw that on the bench.
He
There's the
muscles
ball.
his way in on Laettner, and Laettner makes a clean block. Now Grant Hill puts it down. Carolina needs scores.
All a game of personnel. Dean Smith made the proper call, got the ball inside. I saw it coming. All right, but Salvadori, not the match for Laettner.
Davis on Davis. Contact on the inside. Call goes against Duke.
Fouls on bench number 21.
I want to remind you again about the doubleheader coming up. Texas A&M, Texas, USC, Washington State. And Jimmy, the one I want to ask you about, the Big 8 showdown, Missouri against Kansas.
Obviously, the game is in Lawrence, so you got to go with Kansas. But Missouri's had a remarkable year. Norm Stewart has really, he's played half court. Really, they go up and down. Anthony Peeler, the best open court player. I love Kansas. Roy Williams, I love the way the team plays. They could be back in the Final Four, too.
Michigan with the lead. Halftime over Indiana. Here, Duke is up 66-63, 10-28. Duke is on a 7-0 run right now over the last 2.5 minutes. Carolina love to get Davis back into the scoring column. Montross is over.
But that was the same call exactly that they had before Salvadori. Salvadori, a better shot blocker. Montross, a better scorer. The team went to the same play, except he put it on the other side of the court. Good call.
Fully off the fake. Now Davis. And that's a 2. That's his second field goal of the game.
Got to be real careful here. Carolina's got to match. Points got to come back.
Deflected. Duke ball. Grant Hill did it, and here's Hurley. Beautiful pass. Lang traveled.
If the run was coming, Brent, that would have made it a 5-point game. Run was coming.
Big turnover as Laettner returns. Turnovers for the day. Carolina 10, Duke 7.
Your job on the bench right now as a coach is to try to get to the position in the game where you can win late in the game. Go get to the 4-minute mark within a bucket or two. You don't want to be down against Duke by 10 as the fans start jumping up and down. Not sure what effect that's supposed to have. Except to lose the change in your pockets. I don't know what that's going to do. Thomas Hill doing a heck of a job right now defensively on Davis. When I'm watching that matchup, Hill's really doing a good job. We'll let him get the ball. See, we're not letting him get the ball.
Keeping the ball out of his hands. Thomas Hill.
Great job.
Chasing him all over. And they hit Phelps for a driving miss. Oh, he had the layup. Long pass to Hurley. Parks it down for Duke. Misses everything off Lynch's hands. Duke ball.
See, but Mike Krzyzewski, Duke has made adjustments. They don't play a trick defense, but what Mike said was, Thomas Hill, just guard Davis. Don't help. And you saw him, he didn't help. He just stayed with him. That's the adjustment from the bench. That's made, and it's working.
Number 33, Kevin Salvadori, replaces Eric Montross.
Montross sits again. Salvadori in for a defensive set here at 8:43. Duke up by 3.
Oh, what a move.
Roll with a spinner. Didn't get the roll. Knocked into Davis's hands. And they need to get Davis back into the scoring column. He's hit 31 here today. Drive by Reese.
It's really amazing what players, especially young players, what they do well. And that's what they're going to do. That's what scouting reports look for. Let Reese take an outside shot. Get off. Get on him. Shot clock's not moving. Nobody knows it but us.
Steal by Davis. To Phelps.
Great.
Laettner got him past him and hit the layup.
Great. And the shot clock still. Oh, it just started. Great.
Carolina up 1. 4 for the game for Derek Phelps.
Here comes Laettner, come up this side.
Thomas Hill forces one through the foul. He'll come to the line. It's on Hubert Davis. That's his first personal.
Carolina foul on number 40, Hubert Davis, his first personal foul.
Let's see, there's the drive, and up, he fouled him on the head. Didn't touch the ball at all, but he did foul him. Smacked him.
How about the shooter using his body to go into the defensive play?
Yep, and Thomas Hill does that well. You see Davis also do that well, but when he had that advantage, I don't think it was a foul at that particular time. Great job of game maintenance. You know, you talk about having 2 of the better coaches, 2 of the best, you know, in the business, and you can see it here. I mean, just the moves they're making, the subtle move defensively, the call from the bench offense. You mentioned Salvadori coming in to play defense, Montross to play offense.
Stays tied at 69. 7.5 minutes to go.
Inside, they call that play again. There it is. They called it again. And Laettner defended it. That's great when the players can have recognition.
To Phelps, who's open.
Excellent stuff out Just really good recognition by the players and execution.
7 minutes.
Oh, they got a pick and roll. Laettner double team. Man's going to be free. Laettner's free. Laettner's free. Laettner's free.
Missing the three. An offensive rebound. And Davis had the ball launched in.
You don't see that often.
Carolina 71, Duke 69. We'll take one more look at this.
Normally you have a better touch than that.
And we'll return to ABC's college basketball after this word from our ABC station.
If you've been away from American cars and trucks for a while, listen to these reviews.
Chevy Blazer got 4-wheeler of the year. Here's one on Pontiac. This is what I like here. Import fighter.
GM's 15 all-new cars and trucks today compare proudly with any in the world.
Looks like old 88 did it again.
The new breed of American sedan.
So go see what the people of General Motors have built for you. GM, putting quality on the road.
America's watching ABC.
Well, North Carolina hitting 55% here in the second half, and Duke 43%.
What you'll see here is a young man, Reese, who can really drive to the basket. And he went right by everybody. He's really smooth. But what you need to do to guard him is to just get up enough to discourage the outside shot, but enough room away from him where he can't get by him.
One of the numbers that we tend to overlook with regard to Christian Laettner, career rebounding. 7 more today. He's the ACC all-time leading rebounder at 1,070.
Ooh, Duke comes out with a trap. They don't usually look for too many full-court pressing situations.
Davis has one put back in his face by Lang.
Always with some kind of set play from out of bounds. This is going inside. They're going to try to go inside with this play again. See the call coming. Back door.
It's Lynch to Roto. Snap to Reese back inside to Montross left hand. And Lynch is underneath, has it stripped. Davis puts it down. Goes the distance for the layup.
Wow, no call. One way or the other. Bodies were flying. We're tied again.
Six minutes regulation. Davis. Montross battling Hill. Duke ball.
Tough shot. Again, Laettner forced Davis to shoot over the outstretched 6'11" arm. That's what probably caused the miss. Well, we're at winning time. Last week, UCLA, Duke tied with about 2:35 to play. Bam! Duke about a 10-point winner. At about the 5.5-minute mark, is where Duke does its best work. Watch Laettner coming out the wing. Oh, I knew they were looking
into the passing lane. Lynch was ready.
I'd love to make that call.
Tried to get Montross bad pass into the hands of Lang. Duke comes back. Lang, Duke leads.
Great pass by Bobby Hurley. We've got a player down. You think Shooter Davis. I don't hit in the face. Let's see. Great decision here. Great decision hitting the trailer. Still didn't see anything there.
It was more of a leg injury than up in
I think it had to be. He was holding his head, but that was in pain, I believe. Might have gotten the thigh. He'd hit the thigh. Yep, knee on knee. That happens often.
Let's take a look down at his foot on this drive. See if it locks up when he gets it.
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Stepped right on it, didn't he?
Stepped on his foot. Well, they certainly, you have to take him out or you have to call a timeout. One or the other. Once that trainer and the coach comes out, you either make substitution or call timeout and keep him in the game. They're going to take him out. They can ill afford push. And Mike Krzyzewski imploring the student body to get going. You say we need you.
5-minute mark. 73-71. We've had 10 lead changes this half.
Backdoor.
Beautiful pass, and Laettner jumped in and forced traveling.
That happens, Brent, because when you're in this league as long as Mike is, anytime a Carolina player, big man, spin dribbles, they set up a back door. So they got caught, but Laettner's been in this league 4 years, too. And he was in a proper position. It's hard to trick each other when you play each other twice, 3 times a year.
The lead is 5.
Critical possession.
Foul on Brian Davis.
Can Duke finish or what? They are as fine a finishing team.
I think one of the most puzzling games of the year was their loss to Wake Forest when they couldn't finish.
Up by 10.
Here at 76-71 Duke, 4:28 to go. This is the biggest Duke lead of the game. Lang turning in some quality minutes today for Duke. Grant Hill checks in.
What a relationship between team and student section.
Davis has it rolling. What a score he is. 33 points for the game.
Pick and roll, high pick and roll.
Lob inside to Thomas Hill off the fake. It's an easy one. That's 14 for Thomas Hill.
That works because you have to come out on Laettner, otherwise he hits the 3.
Lynch bangs one in.
He's responding. Whenever Laettner gets the ball, Brent, top of the key, he can shoot it, he can drive by you, and he can pass. That's what makes him so difficult to defend. They got Phelps on him. Ooh, little trick D.
Hurley.
Team went to a box and 1, and Hurley hits the 3.
19 for Bobby Hurley. 81-75 Duke. Davis. 35 for Davis. That's his career high.
You're going to play trick defenses. You can't just play them against one player. If a team has 2 shooters, then you must guard 2. If they have 3, then you got to play man-to-man. It only works when the club has that one guy, like you might want to do it against Carolina. You take Hubert Davis, and now who's going to take the outside shot? You guard Laettner a man-to-man, and Hurley a 3. So you got to guard Hurley and Laettner.
And Duke brings seconds down off the clock.
See, just a box and 1. You got to stay with so many weapons. You got to guard Hurley.
Hill.
See?
That's 16 for Thomas Hill. The lead is at 6.
Too many weapons. You got too many weapons.
And this telecast is being produced in association action with Raycom Sports. We'll be right back.
It's
Hubert Davis has hit 6 of 7 from three-point land. But still, Duke, with so many weapons, leads it by 6, 83-77.
After the timeout, you know they got a special play set up. It's either got to go inside or Davis for a jump shot, a three or drive. Duke will counter a little up-court pressure. Brian Davis is going to try to check Hubert Davis. So it's Davis on Davis.
Reese gets out to Phelps. Duke will not get an easy bust-out layup because a balloon is on the floor at midcourt. If Hurley gets this, they may stop it. They don't.
It was the balloon defense. You were right, Brent. The balloon stopped them.
Reese misses and into the hands of Davis.
And on top of it, the Blue Devils shoot great free throws. And so you're looking at a 6-point. They handle the ball well. They shoot free throws, and they close. They're just a great basketball team.
Hurley off the fake. He'll go for the 2. And Laettner gets it back. They've got to put him on the line. They're inside of a minute.
They're going to start fouling. Dean just called it from the bench.
And Phelps gets one on Grant Hill.
And there's nobody to foul. Grant Hill shoots 76%, Thomas Hill 74%, Laettner 73%, Hurley 80%. You got nobody to foul. The only guy that fouls that guy. Put Krzyzewski on there. In fact, I think he was a good free throw shooter too. Next foul will be on the line. But as I said, there's really no one to pick up.
Number 5, Henry Rowe over the lineup, replacing number 31, Brian Reese.
Very close. If you're going to call it intentional, where it's not right at the end of the game, there's one you might call. The guy drove by, was going to the basket.
Going to the line will be Brian Davis, 1-1.
Davis shoots 74%.
Number 31, Brian Reese, replaces Eric Rogel, Henrik Rogel for the Tar Heels.
You're tied with Duke. You get to the 5-minute mark. Boy, is it the pendulum swing in their favor. There you go.
How are they going to replace some of those senior students?
You know, so I was talking to the students before the game. They mentioned, they asked me, did I feel they rubbed that guy's head? You spent $22,000 and he was sitting there with half a ball on his head being rubbed by other students. But they were saying, do the fans help? And I said, yeah, fans do help. But the team is really, you know, what beat you. They said, oh, but we really helped. They were telling me 3 seniors were graduating. There he is. He's graduating this year. Those 3 guys are graduating. They got to be replaced by rookies. How can rookies handle it? Not just the loss of Laettner. There you go. I mean, you can't just replace these guys. Some freshman coming in, you're going to tell him, put the ball on your head, or get it. You're the U.
These guys got 1300s on their SATs. There's Sullivan. Stepped out of bounds.
That's it. Stick a fork in him. I think they're done.
As Don Meredith would say, folks, turn out the lights.
Turn out the lights.
This party's over.
And if they make free throws, it could be a double-digit loss. And Carolina's played great tonight. Absolutely great. Great game plan. Executed it well. Got to that 5-minute mark. And these guys take over. Can't press him.
Official
Phelps
timeout.
appears to be injured over here in front of the Carolina bench, and at the conclusion of the game, we're going to show you the Quaker State toughest play of the game. Right now, Phelps has to tough it out. We've got a break on the floor. Duke leads it 85-77.
They won't work in this heat.
They say no AC, no show.
Say you need something set overnight.
Those prima donnas.
There are a few companies you can call.
The part's on its way.
But say you need it by 10:30 a.m.
Tonight was diagramming like crazy. The players say, we got this thing what, Coach?
Laettner traveled, didn't he? And they say he was pushed back and fouled by Roller.
Coaches worry right to the last shot. Players say, hey, we're pretty good. We got this one under control.
Number 33, Grant Hill, returns to the good lineup. And number 40, Hubert Davis. And number 31, Brian Reese, return to the ball field. Replacing Brian Davis.
So Brian Davis comes off the floor and embraces his coach for the last time in Cameron. Now he goes down the line, high-fiving his teammates.
That's why you got to have seniors, Brett. Otherwise, you have no emotion on senior day.
And there will be some emotion when this young man comes off the floor.
And it may be right now.
And Ron Bird is going to enter the game. He is the third senior, so he will make an appearance here at the 32nd mark.
Think Laettner's coming out with 31 seconds? Think that's what he's coming out for? What do you think? Coaches worry. Coaches worry. 10 points, 30 seconds. Let's see. Let's see. Yes! Yes!
Meanwhile, Williams comes in, missing for Carolina, and Grant Hill muscles the rebound down. Final seconds tick away.
Well, Danny Ferry was here, Brent, and I said, I don't know if anybody was going to have a better career than he had in his 4 years. He was in the Final Four his first game. But this guy right here really has been remarkable, no question. Maybe one of the best ever. You know,
if he gets to the Final Four, do you realize he will have made it in each of his 4 years? See, when Lou Alcindor was out at UCLA, he couldn't play as a freshman. I'm sure that now Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I'm sure that he would have made it 4 straight years. That's how good that ball club was.
When you look at next year, here I am talking next year. I'm talking like a fan now. You know, we're not even into the AC tournament yet, but when Laettner's gone, full on Cherokee Parks. When Danny Ferry left, everybody said, well, they're going to really miss him. But then that kid Laettner, who was magnificent, next year it'll be Parks trying to follow Laettner.
You know, this is the best love affair between student body and basketball team that you can find anywhere in the land. And it's going to be interesting just to watch the emotion as this one winds down. Remember, this is revenge, and how sweet it is for Duke anytime they can get a win over North Carolina. But this one's going to mean even more.
That's 12 points. They're going to beat it by doubles. Oh, yes! Get in! Oh!
Duke wins it 89-77. in the first half until the 6.5-minute mark when Dean Smith was assessed a technical foul. He hit a free throw and went on a tear, winding up with 18 points in the first half and 26 for the game. And the Quaker State toughest play of the game is Christian Laettner not going inside, but taking his game outside.
That's a tough play if you're the opposition. I'll tell you that. We have the 6-foot, 10-inch guy knocking those down.
And that is the Quaker State toughest play of the Duke, North Carolina game.
Christian Laettner had 26. The season started number 1 and ended number 1.
We'll be back with Coach K and Christian Laettner in a moment.
Domino's Pizza College.
Pass that mic on over to Christian Laettner, and when we come back, we will hear from Christian, who played his final game today at the Cameron Indoor Arena. Back with a final word here at the Cameron as Duke is primed and ready to make a run.
Ladies and gentlemen,